Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I want to thank everyone for joining us here today. I want to thank our Paterson Branch NAACP. I'm Assemblywoman Shavonda Sumter, representing the great city of Paterson, the 35th District that includes both Bergen and Passaic County. I stand before you today not in a spirit of happiness because of propaganda that has been sent to individual homes within both Passaic and Bergen County. Paterson is one of the most diverse cities in the state of New Jersey, let alone New Jersey being one of the most diverse states. We heard, and all of these leaders are here today, standing in solidarity to not only protect democracy, but also to protect our right and our acceptance and our embracing of different cultures in our community. Angela Davis once stated, "In a racist society, it is not enough to be a non-racist. We must be anti-racist." As of late, there have been many racist attacks from those who wish to bring our nation back to a time where radiating and proudly sweeping hateful speech was acceptable. Our communities have received this racist political propaganda mailers that are being circulated by the Republican Party to households not only in Bergen and Passaic, but across the state. These acts cannot go unaddressed. Today, I'm here to tell you we are never going back. We are never going back to the time where promoting racism and hate is the norm. Gone are the days where those who express hateful speech and actions towards minorities go unaddressed and are not held accountable. In fact, leadership is accountability and leadership matters. It was stated by our forever First Lady, when they go low, we go high. But my mom stated, let your actions speak louder than words. So today you will hear from leaders in our great Passaic County, Bergen County, and our state from diverse backgrounds who embrace diversity, who use their representation to promote them all with love and not with hate. This election, you will have a choice to make. A choice to go forward and protect our democracy. And there is a cost to that. It doesn't come easily. It's an action sport. So when I talk about taking actions, post this press conference, I'm gonna walk over to the county clerk's office and I'm going to vote early because we passed that law in the New Jersey legislature to allow us to vote early so that everyone will have an opportunity to select the candidates of their choice in this election. Now, for me, my candidates are the Democratic ticket because they embrace inclusion, as you see behind me and before you today. For me, promoting humanity and making sure that we're protecting the rights of the least of those. We stand in front of the courthouse where affirmative action is under attack. We stand across from the Passaic County Board of Social Services where we help people every day. And we stand before you in unity to be sure that we're protecting not only the people in the great Passaic County and Bergen County, but the entire state. I have with me some phenomenal leaders that I'm going to introduce, but one who could not be here today and leads the head of my delegation, that is Senator Nellie Poe, and on her behalf, I would like to read some remarks as she is in Trenton today doing the people's business. The statement from Senator Nellie Poe: I am deeply saddened by our need to address this divisive, disgusting, and hateful campaign. We are stronger socially, culturally, and economically when we embrace our diversity, not dismantle it. The flyer circulating is a remnant of our country's oppressive, segregated past. It reflects the very same bigoted statements and sentiments that made affirmative action necessary. And we push to move New Jersey forward. So at this time, I'm going to invite a partner, and all these people are on speed dial in my cell phone, the mayor of the great city of Paterson, Mayor Andre Sayegh, to come forward.
Thank you. Yes, well done. Thank you, Assemblywoman. Hate has no place in Paterson. Hate has no place in Passaic County. Hate has no place in the state of New Jersey. As a matter of fact, hate has no place in the United States of America. And when people are afraid, they choose fear as a mechanism. They resort to scare tactics because what they want to do is divide and conquer. Today we stand in solidarity saying, no, we don't divide and conquer, we unite and we prosper. Elections are about choices. On one side, they want us to choose division. On this side, we choose vision over division. Make those choices in this election. Let the people decide. Don't resort to the fear and smear. Elections are to inspire people, to create a sense of optimism that things will improve, that things have gotten better and will continue to do so. Assemblywoman, you referred to going back. No, this election is not going in reverse. This election is going forward. Too much progress has been made for any of it to be peeled back. So today, once again, I stand here before you with leaders who choose vision over division, who choose to unite and prosper over dividing and conquering. Take the mailpiece, save it, and explain to everyone why you should not choose the politics of fear and smear. And afterwards, use it for other purposes, like lining a bird cage or making sure you recycle. But nevertheless, we are leaders, united leaders in the United States of America, where we believe in the freedom of choice, we believe in the freedom of independent thinking and making the right choices on the right issues. And on this issue, they've made the wrong choice, and that's why we stand today united in what is right. At this time, I want to call forward the pastor of St. Luke Baptist Church and the president of the Paterson NAACP chapter, Reverend Kenneth Darrell Ray Clayton.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to stand with these leaders of our community and our city to decry against the very race divisive and race fighting tactics that we see surrounding us. As Assemblywoman Sumter said, this expression is really an attempt to take us backwards, and we refuse to go back. These demonstrations are examples of what those people, if they were elected, would lead our community and county to become. We are not going backwards, we're going forward. I'm urging people of Paterson, Passaic County, of our state and our community not to let these examples divide us, but unite us in committing ourselves to voting for people who will help us go forward and continue to unite us and make us one as we live together in this community. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you all very much for being here. My name is John Bartlett. I'm a Passaic County Commissioner. I'm here as an elected official. I'm here as a member of this community of leaders. I'm also here as a member of the group of people across this nation that received this mailer, or more correctly, my wife, who's part of our nation's wonderful and thriving Indian American community, received this mailer in the mail just the other day. And I have to say, I am outraged that when Republicans get desperate during election season, it results in this kind of hateful, divisive campaigning. Let's be clear. The mailer received by voters in Passaic and Bergen counties is part of a national strategy funded by the MAGA right that's targeting voters across the country. Just that we know of, this mailer has gone to mostly Asian and white voters in California, the District of Columbia, Texas, Michigan, Nevada, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. This is part of a reportedly $33 million effort to pull America apart and pit us against one another. It is hateful and it's divisive, and I call on GOP candidates in New Jersey to disavow it. The MAGA Republicans who put this out, they want to divide us from one another and convince us that their winner-take-all territorialism is all that America has to offer. They look at a place like Passaic County, where department heads and staff and elected officials who are Asian American and African American and Arab American and Hispanic and white have worked together along with the diverse elected officials and community leaders to make this county the strongest it's ever been, to improve public services and build infrastructure and to hold the line on taxes. And they say, uh-oh, people coming together, doing the right thing, getting along and building community. That's not good for the GOP. So they stoke the fires of racial division. They say to that guy over there, hey, you better watch out. That immigrant over there, she wants to take your job. That's all they've got. No policies, no ideas, just division and nastiness. They try to pit us against one another because they see what we achieve together. but it's not going to work because we see what we achieve together. I mentioned that my wife, who's Asian American, is the person in our household who received this. Here's what she'd say if she were here. Do not use me and my community as a racial wedge. Do not use Asian Americans to say that racism doesn't exist, because that's often how Asian Americans have been used, and it's wrong. This isn't real, folks. The allegations in this flyer have been fact-checked and debunked. Don't fall for it. Don't reward these people with your votes or with your time. We are stronger together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Reverend Barry Graham. I pastor the Canaan Baptist Church of this city, and I am the Vice President of the United Clergy of this city. And we come to stand with these leaders to speak against the hateful rhetoric that is being put on all of us. We really find it very hard that someone would revert to using the most dangerous poison known to man, which is hate. And there's no room for hate in our communities. So we stand hoping for a better day when people will not be judged by how much hate they can raise, but by the content of their character. And we pray that all will come to know that this has no place in Paterson, Passaic County, Bergen County, or the state of New Jersey, or the United States of America. We choose love over hate, and we will not sit by and let this go on. So we come saying, let this stop. If you want to win elections, have some good ideas and be ready to represent your people, but not turn them against one another. Thank you very much.
Good morning. To all of our distinguished folks that are here today, our assembly folks and clergy and NAACP, the first thing I would ask is, many people I think have been buffooned and really, hoodwinked when it comes to this current and particularly race here in Passaic County. First thing I would ask is that our county candidates and our state candidates and even our national candidates denounce the hate crime. Denounce it. I have yet to hear anybody say, I am not with them. I'm not for them. I don't agree with them. All you hear is smile, empty promises of, I'm going to give you a couple of dollars for this. I'm going to do that. But what are they really doing? And who are they embracing? So what I will say is that the party that wanted to build walls, the party that wanted to deport folks, the party that flew to a plane full to Martha's Vineyard, is that the party that you will support? Is that the party that you will see? In our last election, you realize the spur what ignited them to many offices, not only here in the state of New Jersey, but throughout the United States, was critical race theory. What is critical race theory? Now they're talking about replacement theory, sexual education, anything to spur a fight within them. But what I ask you is, don't sit back, don't look and say, look, we have time, I don't like this person, I don't like here, but listen to what they are saying. Listen to who they are attacking. Make sure that you understand when you look at a flyer like that and you talk about, the hate that they're spurring there, who's next? Who is next? So I ask you, as a community, we must stand together. We must ignite a flame amongst ourselves to say that this is not who we are. This is not who we are. And we have to understand that the people that we elect have to represent everybody, not some folks, everybody. So Passaic County, Paterson, New Jersey, Bergen County, stand up for what is right and do what is right for everybody, not some of us. God bless.
Let me say good morning to everyone. Good morning. When that flyer came out and tried to pit each other against each other is so wrong. I have marched in the 70s, I have marched in the 80s, I have marched in the 90s, I have marched in the 2000s. And I say, at the end of the day, you're not going to do this to us. We're here together. When my phone rings, I do not know who's at that other end, but I know they're calling me for some help. They're calling me to give them direction. So for us here in Passaic County, and city of Paterson, the state of New Jersey, throughout this entire country, you can see what's happening. And if we don't stand together, then it's going to affect all of us, starting from the federal level, down to the state level, down to the county level. It's going to affect us all. And I say we must stand together, and I stand here with my colleagues, with my pastors, with my congressmen, with everyone, my mayor, everyone here, my 2 assembly people that's here, to say that we must continue to fight for what they're trying to put out there, and you'll see, and you don't want to be at the end when things are not right and when they do what they do, because right now, if we do not stand together against what they just done, we're going to be in serious trouble. And I want to say to you, community out there, please, 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 let's stand together. Thank you. God bless you all.
Passaic County Sheriff Richard Burdnick. First, I'd like to thank all our community leaders and, again, all our elected officials for being here. I just want to say that I'm appalled by this divisive behavior. This is not what America is all about. It's about working together, including everyone. And this divisive and hatred cannot be tolerated. So, again, I think it's important that everyone take a stand, and now is no better time than ever to work together. Thank you.
I'm Reverend John Givens, the chairman of the Passaic County Committee for the Municipality of Paterson. I say to you this morning, City of Paterson, Passaic County and the state of New Jersey, we are at a very, very critical point in our lives and a critical point in history to where racism and hatred have raised its ugly head again to try to divide us. My theological understanding, we are all God people. And we are here when you have to use fear tactic to win an election. That tells us and should tell you, the reader of those articles, that they have no policy, they have no better idea to try to divide us. We must find common ground and bring hope together. I stand today with hope and in faith that we will overcome this racism and hatred in this county and in this country. It do no one any justice. All of us have the same concerns. All of us have the same needs for ourselves and our family. We must come together. We must put our hands together across this nation and let love roll down like a mighty stream instead of accusing blacks and of color is the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is hate and racism. We must change that. We will be successful. I stand in hope and I stand in faith. The readers up county and across this state, don't go for the hype. Don't go for that. You are smarter than that. When they have to use that type of format to win an election, we have a problem. We have a problem. Let's come together.
Good morning.
Somebody's talking.
My name is Randall Lassiter.
Somebody's talking.
No, well, I'm here too. You guys are saying that the Republicans are putting this out. I didn't put any of that crap out. In fact, you guys are trying to bury the truth. You guys are trying
This
to
morning,
of the voters here.
we have gathered together this morning
You guys are trying to prey on the voters' ignorance.
in an effort
That's what you're doing. The circus is in town. No, there's no circus in town.
to expose
Nobody put this out here. You asked for Republicans.
to expose rhetoric, to expose
Exactly.
what is happening right now.
You tell people to vote for these people every single year.
In the scriptures,
These people have been on
there's a
the
parable
conversation.
given by Jesus
More and more people
that a man
come up to the black and white community.
and his servant planted
And they'll spread
seeds in the ground.
to get you to come and vote for them.
And when those seeds were planted, they tilled the land, they planted in the land, and they gave in the land. they came back to the field and found out that wheat and tare was replaced by the seed that they grew. The servant asked the farmer, how did this happen? How did the wheat and the tare grow at the same time? And the reply by the farmer was the enemy, Satan, had done this. It is the Satan's job to continue to divide a people. We are missing the point.
This is the type of stuff you want to focus on. You want to spread racism. This is what you guys want to talk about. Or our country's falling apart, or our economy's falling apart, our supply chain is falling apart, the crime is increasing in our city, and you spread this kind of nonsense, and you, Bill Castro, Congressman, 26 years, I've been trying to debate. You're the only congressperson in North Jersey that's avoided debate.
So,
you will not come to
so I will say that I'm Assemblywoman Shavonda Sumter. I have organized this event. I have obtained a permit to have this event. I have not called for a Republican. I have called to stop the propaganda that is racist. I have called to stop the separation and divide. I have called for respect and dignity, and this is a show and a proof of disrespect, not understanding the process, and running for office. We stand in solidarity and in peace, and we're not calling. I am born and raised in the city of Paterson, and we're not calling for violence. Assemblyman? Yes.
All I would ask is that we're not going to go back and forth.
Yes.
You can to denounce it.
Yes.
So you get a permit, it's fine, and do it. But we're just asking for respect during this time. It's not us. All right? Let's go.
Yes. Yes. So at this time, we're going to continue with our press conference at this time. Imam, we're calling up you to give, again, words of unity. Thank you.
Brother, please listen to this message, please. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. Brothers and sisters, it is very important to understand that we are one nation. We are one people. We are one unity. We are against any type of prejudice and hatred speeches and any type of racism. Brother, your message is our message. Our message that we want the best of this city. The best, one second, listen brother, listen. We want to be the best for this city. We want the best, and we want you to vote for the best in your eye, in your head. Yes, please, do the best, and your vote is a trust, is a manna. And we want everybody to choose, but our message today is beyond that. It is the message of unity. The message of one nation. When we have somebody who is saying that I am a black or a white or colored or something, I think this is against our values, against our nation, against our unity. This is very, very dangerous, and we have to stand up together, brother. We have to stand, brother, as one country, one nation. This is the value makes us America, or makes us one nation, or makes us powerful country. But we have to vote. We have to come forward and to choose the best. In your mind, your vote is respected. And we want everybody to say the truth. The leaders have to say the truth. The voters have to say the truth. And God will ask you about the truth. So please, my brothers and sisters, today our message is the message of unity. God created us different, but we are one nation, one people. Our father is Adam, our mother is Eve. So we will not tolerate or accept any type of racism in this country. We are one nation. Thank you very much. God bless you.
That's what I'm trying to do. This guy doesn't want to debate.
The mailer has been sent.
Come out of public and call you out for selling this. You're selling our community.
You may show your discourtesies, but you're showing it to the entire group.
Exactly. I'm calling you out.
I know, and I know you know it. A mailer has been sent to communities in California, Michigan, New Jersey, and elsewhere. across this country, dusting off old, scurrilous, racist tropes and claims that jobs are being stolen from white Americans, that's what it says, and given to black Americans. And if you notice, over here, now hiring. Well,
Don't
I
take
know.
the bait. Don't take the bait.
It's very clear. When it says whites and Asians do not apply, divide. Divide. It says what it says. It says what it says. What? No, thank you.
Ain't none of us put this out. So we lie to people. That's how you guys cling on to power.
The mailer was produced. The liar, the mailer was produced by the American First Legal Foundation, a group controlled by top Trump advisor Stephen Miller. Put that name down. Put your name down. Put his name down. With purportedly tens of millions raised and sent and spent to seed national division in the run-up to the midterm elections. That's a fact. It has been established in 4 other states. 4 other states. This is not unique. You can point all you want, Harry. So bless you for being here today. You know me, I don't back off anything. I want to thank Reverend and our legislators. You are the leaders and guiding lights for moments like this. No one should make any mistake about what the stakes are in our country now. Next week, democracy itself is on our ballot. These disgusting, disgraceful, reprehensible flyers are part of a larger pattern. We've seen it before. We're seeing that pattern in cities and states from coast to coast. There's a war on free elections, a war on your own right to vote for the leaders of your choice. The other side that puts this materials out are misfits and miscreants who create this rhetoric, have nothing to offer our great country, America. This is the greatest country in the world. The people who put this stuff out have no division. They are part of the division, the distraction, the lies, and the hate. They can't win on ideas, so they try to win by dividing us. And let's be very clear. It's not just happening in Georgia and Alabama. It isn't just happening in Tennessee and Texas. It's happening here. And you should be aware of it. And to be condemned for making you aware of it, to me, speaks for itself. They're trying to create hate and division right here in Passaic County. No community in America is immune, and no community deserves it. It has no place here in our society. And no community in America will be free from this sinister plan. What they want is to drag America back generations. If you defend that, it tells me something about where you're coming from. If they succeed, we will see a tidal wave of laws to rig elections, steal your right to vote right here in New Jersey. It took 100 long years, but we finally erased, we thought we did, Jim Crow from the laws in our community, in our country. We cannot allow them to usher in a new Jim Crow. This cannot happen. Your vote is what has preserved democracy all of these years. And your vote is what will preserve it for years to come. Be heard with your vote. And thank you for being here today in this greatest of all countries. You got to take a look at this. Every word is important to all of us. And I'm kind of preaching to the choir here. You've seen this material before. New Jersey has seen similar materials in other elections. They cannot, those folks who put this together and instigated it. And look, nobody's saying every Republican is responsible for this. I certainly am not saying that. This is a particular group of people who have one thought in mind, and that's let people clash, fight, get to the point of violence. Look, I grew up on the streets of Paterson. I've seen violence. And don't you ever threaten me, because I'm an American, and we stand up for our values. And I'm proud to stand with everyone up here to express what we think about this kind of politicking. It doesn't belong anyplace. So I'm asking you to think about that. Not every Republican adheres to this, thank God. But we as a party stand for democracy, giving everybody an opportunity and giving everybody a chance, regardless of what they look like, what their religion is, or how they cook their food. And we better get it through our senses and our heads. Get the political clutter out and put the human clutter in. This is who we are. Get rid of all the titles, all the things we call ourselves. I've been through this. I've been threatened by these jerks for the last 7 years. If you can't stand up, don't expect other people going to stand up and defend democracy. Not going to happen. I'm honored to be here. Shavonda,
Yes.
Benji, you know me. And you can count on me, regardless of where we have to go. Thank you all. And I thank our council people who showed up, and our commissioners, and our sheriff. Think about what this is about. This was quickly put together. But make no mistake about it, this is not a one-shot deal. If you can't defend democracy, then give it up and forget about it. I choose, and most of you choose, not to give it up. It's not hopeless. We always fight our way out of this. To my good friend on Broadway, you've been through this. And many of the people here this morning went through this. If you can't stand up for him, who are you going to stand up for? Who are you standing up for? Words? American people are tired of words. Show us what you got in your heart. Forget about Democrat, Republican, North, South. Let's see what you got inside you. Thank you for coming today, everybody. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, I'm Shavonda Sumter, Assemblywoman for the 35th District, representing Passaic and Bergen County. I really want to thank all of our colleagues here, our faith-based community, our congressmen, and each of you for finding the value in denouncing hate. Hate has no place here in New Jersey. Hate has no place in Passaic and Bergen County. Hate has no place in elections. Let's protect democracy. We stand here ready to defend, and we know the process and the rules to do that. So thank you all for coming. God bless.